Hello everybody, it's the Minecraft Guy 105 here, and today I'm going to be doing a review and unboxing of the Apple Watch. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start off with a quick unboxing here, so I'm going to go ahead and just lift this off. I already took off the plastic, and looks like we have a second box inside here with these little tabs, and this is probably the Apple Watch box. So I'm going to go ahead and set this aside, and we'll see what else is in there. So looks like we got some papers designed by Apple in California. Let's see. Oh, well, look, we have a second band here, probably a little bigger than the other one. And we got some instructions on how to use it and things like that. So, don't know if there's any Apple stickers, but looks like we got a charger. And we also got the power cord. Oops, there we go. Pretty cool. It's magnetic. I think that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and just put all this stuff aside. And we'll get to the Apple Watch box here. So it looks like we have more plastic around this. Oops, I kind of just tore it. There we go. And there's a Apple logo right there. And let's open it. And there we have it, the Apple Watch. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this up, and I will come back with a review. Okay, so I'm finished setting it up, and it took a while because I was figuring out how to use it, and I was also having a couple problems with the Messenger app, which is a downside to it. But if you push the crown over here, you can see that the watch face pops out, and you can actually push it again, and it'll take you to the home screen. It's a little bright on the camera, but what are you gonna do? So this is the home screen. One thing I find kind of annoying is if I leave it like this and I let it turn off, when I raise my wrist up again, it will be the home screen face and not the watch face. And there's a setting to turn that on and off, and I tried it, but it didn't work. So I don't know what that is. But keep in mind that this is the first version of the Apple Watch and the first software update for it. So, there's probably going to be some problems. But if you want the watch to come up when you turn it on, you have to go into the watch thing, and then it'll turn on. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing some pros and cons about it. I'm going to start with the cons, actually, because there's quite a lot. But it doesn't mean that it's a bad device. So the first one is the Messenger app. You need a iMessenger account, or the person that you're messaging needs an iMessage account, and of course you need one to use the Apple Watch to message. So it's not like the iPad or the iPod or anything else like that, where you can just connect it to your phone and you can send messages to anybody, even if they don't have an iPhone. This, you have to have an iPhone, and you have to have a iMessage account set up for it to message. I was having problems with that yesterday. That's one thing that I found that was pretty disappointing. Another con is the price. So you're not only paying for the Apple Watch, you're also paying for the iPhone. So if you have iPhone 4 or S or below that, you're going to need to get a new phone for the Apple Watch. If you have a 5 or up, then you're probably good. But, if you're going to get like the latest iPhone and you want the Apple Watch, that could be pretty expensive. So, if you don't want to spend a lot of money and you don't have an iPhone, I'd not recommend getting this. But, I already had an iPhone, so I wanted to get this. I actually got the cheapest model because, who wants to pay like $500 for a watch? And they all do exactly the same thing. Some people are saying that the Sport Edition, which is what this one is better because, the material that the watch is made of on the side and stuff doesn't scratch as easy as like the Watch Edition does, which is a nice thing. Another con is Siri doesn't have a voice, so if I go ahead and push this down, hello, you can see it, Siri says nothing back, unlike the iPhone. That's another thing that disappointed me about this. I thought that it would be cool if you could just have it hands-free, and like while you're driving or eating or something like that, and you'd be able to hear Siri say something. But I guess not. Another thing is I can't find out how to delete mail, so I've seen people that say you can just force touch. So like if I click on this and I hold down on it, it says flag, read, or archive. There's nothing here that says delete. I've seen people do it before where they can hold it down and it says delete, but it doesn't really work. I don't know if that's just a thing that's broken, or if I'm not doing it right, or if it's not even a thing. But, you know, that's another cron. Another thing that I was explaining earlier was if you want the watch to come up, the watch face to come up when it falls asleep, you have to actually open it. So if I actually turn this on now, it's just the home screen. So you actually have to zoom into the watch and then, you know, let it fall asleep. And then when you turn it on, it'll be the watch face. So that's another thing that's disappointing. Another disappointing thing was the watch faces. There's not that many. I do know that in a future update there will be more. But, you know, you're kind of limited to stuff here. This is pretty much all they have. I like this one because, you know, it's really easy to look at. You can just see what time it is really quickly. But, yeah, more watch faces. That's something that we need. Now I'll do a couple things that I like about it, or pros about it. So one thing I really like is the Taptic engine. I believe that's what it's called. So when you get a message, it like vibrates. It doesn't really vibrate. It feels like someone's tapping on you. That's what everyone says. But if I push down on here, you can actually feel it. But you know, you can't feel it because it's not. There's no way to do that. But when you're wearing it is what I mean. You can feel it, which is pretty cool. The other thing I like is the crown here. It's really smooth. It works really good, and it's nice for scrolling through things. Like if I go into the mail app, you know, it's really nice for just scrolling through there instead of using your finger like this, which still works, but that's just another thing I like. Something else I think is pretty cool is you can actually use the camera app here to record video from your phone. I can't really show you that because I'm using my phone to record right now, but it's pretty cool. It pretty much shows you your phone screen, so you could set your phone across the room and go ahead and take a picture with your watch, and you can have it on a 3-second timer or just do it right away. And I believe that the 3-second timer has a burst mode, so you know it takes multiple photos, but don't really know, haven't tried it yet, but it's pretty cool. Another thing the Apple Watch is good at is noticing when you lift your arm up to check your watch. If I just lift it up, it turns on, and you know, if I put it down, it'll turn off, or it will wait a couple seconds and then turn off. But it's really good at noticing when you want to look at the watch. I have noticed that sometimes I'm just reaching over to get something and then it will turn on by itself. But, you know, no big problem. It turns off like almost instantly when you do that. Another thing I like about it is the charging. Apple made it really simple. All you have to do is just lay it down on top of this, and it will charge. Okay, so now we're pretty close to the end of the video, so I'm going to answer a couple questions that you might have, and a pretty big one, which is the Apple Watch worth it or not? So, I'm going to answer, is the Apple Watch worth it or not? So, it kind of depends on who you are, what you do with your phone and things. If you always have your phone in your pocket and you're always getting messages or something, this would probably be great because you can just answer them. Unless you have a lot of friends that don't have iPhones or something, then that would probably be a problem. But if you don't message a lot, or, you know, don't use your phone really a lot, then, you know, you might not need it. If you're an Apple fan, you'll probably love it, but, you know, I think that it's pretty cool. Some features are pretty buggy or don't work, which will probably be fixed in future updates, but, you know, overall, it's not bad. It depends on who you are or what you do. Yeah. So that's pretty much the end of this video. Again, if you text a lot, I would recommend getting it, but if you don't text like at all, probably not. This thing's meant mainly for notifications. But that's pretty much it for this video, and thanks for watching.